Have you ever been scrolling and suddenly you feel your mood shift, your energy drops, and you start getting the feeling of not good enough? I know I certainly have. It sneaks up on you, right? It's quiet. And it doesn't always scream, hey, you're comparing yourself, stop, right? Sometimes it's just these feelings that we're left with. We start doubting ourselves. We feel like we're behind. Our mood drops and we don't feel good enough. Comparison isn't always loud and obvious. Sometimes it just comes in and we don't even expect it. We don't even think we're comparing. But yet we're looking at something, we're scrolling, we're seeing these posts and these shorts, and we feel different. Our whole demeanor changes. Our body posture changes. And a lot of times we start to spiral on ourselves. I was curious one day why we compare ourselves to other people. And so I asked my AI this question. And the response was, it was really helpful to just understand where it comes from. And just a note, there's nothing wrong with us. It's normal. Basically, our brains are wired to scan, to see what other people are doing, to know where we fit, what's normal, what's safe, and what's accepted. And apparently, which makes sense, but social media just gives our brain way more information than it was ever meant to handle. So next time you're scrolling and your mood shifts, or you start feeling down and you turn on yourself, know that your brain is doing what it thinks it's supposed to do. It's not a flaw in you. But it's so easy to completely lose ourselves when we're scrolling. We lose ourselves, we lose sense of ourselves, we lose sense of anything that's going on around us. How many videos have you seen where people are walking, looking at their phone, scrolling, and they run into something? Or some people get hit by a car because they're just tuned out. We get so engulfed in our phone and social media. But there's still that moment that you catch yourself in these feelings. And that's the moment that you can interrupt the spiral that's about to happen. Now, here's what works for me, and maybe it'll work for you, or it can be a starting point, because I've played with it a little bit. Now, the first and second step are solid. It's the third step that you can play with and adjust to how it fits for you, what works for you. The first step is noticing it, acknowledging it, not fighting the feeling, just acknowledging it. Dang, I feel down. I feel less than. My mood shifted. I was just scrolling. So notice it. Just acknowledge it. Don't fight it. Don't beat yourself up over it. Just notice it. And then it's the reality check. Remind yourself you're only seeing a tiny piece of somebody else's life. And you're comparing your whole internal world with that tiny piece. And then shift from judgment to curiosity. Instead of, why do I do this? Ask yourself, what story am I telling myself? Because so often, it's the stories we create in our mind that really puts us in a mood. It's not always about the actual thing or what somebody's doing or saying or what we're seeing or watching. It's the story we create from that. And if we can catch ourselves and notice what the story is, it makes a huge difference. It's that acknowledgement. It's that awareness, that, oh yeah, that reality check. Okay, so then this last step is the one that I've played with a lot. And so use some of these, play with it yourself, and see if any of it works for you. But I try not to judge myself for comparing myself. Instead, I try to use it as information. I've played with different questions. I played with, what part of my life am I not seeing clearly? Asking myself, is it really what I'm watching that I want, or is it how it looks from the outside in? I'll ask myself, what is it really that I'm impressed with what I'm watching? And a lot of times when you dig deeper, It's an emotion that's being evoked. And so with that, then I'll ask myself, what else can I do that will bring me that same emotion? Because a lot of times it's the emotion. If it's, they look really excited, or they look like they're in love, they look happy, they look fulfilled, satisfied. What can I do right now that'll give me that emotion? And sometimes that's all it takes. It's just we tie what they're doing with that emotion. But that emotion can come from many different things. And then the other thing I do, which I like a lot, and I do this anytime I'm in a bad mood or when I catch myself in a story on what I call the thought highway, where I've been on this story for 15, 20, 30 minutes to an hour, where I'm just in this story and I'm going like in detail of something I don't even want. I stop, I catch myself, pause, and then I try to switch it. And I try to focus really hard and think about something I do want. What's the life I want? Who's the person I want to be? And then I'll say, okay, what's one thing I can do right now that puts me closer to that life or that person that I want to be, the life I want to live? And that brings me back to my life instead of focusing on someone else's life and comparing how I don't match up to their life. This is our life. This is your life. This is my life. I'm going to live it how I want to. I'm going to bring in the emotions I want through things that I want to do. So there's a couple questions you can ask yourself or using those as a starting point in different situations. I don't always ask the same question, but maybe it would be helpful to just pick one and stick with it. And every time you catch yourself getting down on yourself or turning on yourself or feeling not good enough, ask yourself this question. Pause, catch yourself, give yourself a reality check, and then ask yourself to any question that brings you back to your own life in a positive way of, okay, what can I do right now to bring in that emotion? Or what can I do right now to push me closer to who and where I want to be in life? Or what am I ignoring or resisting in my own life? So try it. Let me know. And social media is just one of the places comparison comes in at. Next week, we'll talk about another area that it tends to sneak up in. So until next week, keep looking forward and keep focusing on your life.